All right, November 12th, 2024, back again. Keith Arch with Ultimate Shrimp Cure, Ultimate Shrimp Cure High Octane, and Ultimate Egg Cure. It's been a short bit, but we're back. We're going to share a little more information in regards to some steelhead bait today, okay? Coming out of a amazing fall Chinook season and absolutely an amazing coho season. I mean, I've had more pictures come in. We've had our products out for a year now. We're getting pictures up and down the West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, Canada, Fraser Valley. There's just amazing amounts of evidence of success. Alaska, East Coast, Great Lakes. The product is spreading like wildfire. Thank you guys for all the feedback. Thank you for all the pictures. The YouTube channel here, if you haven't yet and you're new to it, give it a shot, subscribe. You definitely want to follow this. Lots of good information, lots of previous videos I've done, search through them. But today we're going to talk about steelhead bait, okay? What we do with out here on the West Coast and some of the things that I do as far as steelhead bait. So as we know, obviously we have salmon eggs, okay? Salmon eggs done up in Ultimate Egg Cure. You can look at those, very vibrant, very beautiful, very firm. These are cured 10 days, just gorgeous looking coho eggs. Another one that we use out here is, we call them coon shrimp. If you haven't seen them, okay? Obviously coon shrimp are super neat little creatures that in the last 10 years here have become very popular in regards to using for steelhead, whether it's plunking, bobber fishing, float fishing, side drifting them, running them under divers, just tons of offerings, okay? We have lots of videos about how we make those, and we make those out of the Ultimate Shrimp Cure. And then what I want to talk about today is our Steelhead Candy, okay? We're going to go over a couple recipes today, one of which we've talked about in the past, one of which we're going to be a new recipe. So stay tuned here and follow through. But here is your Steelhead Candy and what they look like. Just an ultra vibrant chunk of prawn meat. So what are they, okay? We've got raw shrimp, okay? 21 to 25 count raw shrimp. These are non-cooked, obviously raw shrimp. Shell on, easy to peel, thaw them, peel them, okay? Once you peel them, you end up with a chunk of prawn meat like so, all right? And that's just your whole prawn meat, what we would obviously cook and eat if we were eating them. And what I do is I chunk those down, and I've done a bunch of them already up front here, and then they chunk them down in these raw prawn chunks, okay? And we run them about the size of a nickel, all right? Dime to a nickel. Again, we're transitioning out of salmon seasons where we use a lot bigger baits, so we need to take our mindset down to some of these smaller baits, right? And back into steelhead season. So your end product is gonna look like so, all right? These are your Steelhead Candy. I did these up back in, I think, May, June. I do store them for long periods of time. I do like to keep them fresher. Just, make them fresh, that sort of thing, but they do preserve well, okay? They do keep well. I don't freeze them. I keep them at refrigerator temperature. So, all right, two different recipes, okay? Use pint jars when I make these. One recipe is with the standard Ultimate Egg Cure, okay? And one recipe, I use the Ultimate Shrimp Cure High Octane, all right? So, I'll put a layer of cure in the bottom of the jars, like so. All right, we start there, and then I'll take and I'll chunk these prawn pieces, okay? And I'll show you how I do that. I just cut them in small chunks, okay? Just work through, and I'll work through 3-4 shrimp here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of times I get 4 or 5 baits out of a prawn chunk in these 21 to 25 count prawns. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, all right? Couple more just as an example, and then we'll expedite this video along so you guys can see the rest of some ideas. See how that goes? Simple, right? All right, so I've got a tray full of them here. Now we're gonna put about an inch layer in the bottom, okay? 1.5 layer in the bottom, something like that. And then we're gonna do the Ultimate Egg Cure side. All right, we're gonna just sprinkle some more cure in, about the same amount as what we started with. Guys, we want to do this outside if we can. This is ultra fine powders, those sort of things. So if you're doing it inside like I am, you will have evidence of light amounts of dye on your tables and stuff like that. I mean, it does clean up. The magic eraser does clean these dyes up, but it is a pain in the butt to have to do this. Now, again, we've gone, 1.5 inches more of the actual egg or prawns. We'll go back to the egg here, and we're just, you know, like so. And every time I'm doing this, I'm putting in about half, 3/4 of an ounce, right? Somewhere around there. It's just in perspective of amount. All right. And then we'll throw in a few more here. Okay. Almost done. Last little bit. Okay. Now, this Ultimate Shrimp Cure recipe is new for the 2024 year calendar, or 24 calendar year. I've had many guys reach out to me and say, excuse me, say, hey Keith, have you tried this yet? I hadn't, to be honest with you. So for those of you that reached out and shared this information, thank you. The successes they've had with it has been outstanding. Obviously, there's certain bite chemicals and certain things inside each of these particular formulas that draw these fish, you know, to pay attention and to bite, right? So put our lids on, screw our lid down. Okay. We're just gonna shake them up, just like so. All right. Same thing on the egg cure side one here. Okay, so don't look too much different, but we have two different formulas, two different bite stimulants, other things in there that are a little bit different that both Steelhead absolutely crave and look to. So what do I add to enhance the bite? Okay, remember, prawns, coon shrimp, Steelhead candy, prawn chunks, they are all considered a scent sponge to me. Does that make sense? So they are something that's going to absorb and pull in, you know, flavors, smells, all these sort of things. So I want to enhance these prawn chunks with extra smells and flavors. Now, those of you who've watched in the past, one of my favorites is ProCure squid oil. If you haven't had it, haven't tried it, it's an absolute must for steelhead, whether it's a winter steelhead, summer steelhead. This stuff is deadly, right? So I'll put in, at the time of curing these, okay, I'll put in, you know, about a teaspoon in each, okay? Here's the little one that I've had success with in the last calendar year here, okay? A newer product from ProCure. It's their coon shrimp blend, all right? At first I was a little skeptical, didn't know what to think, didn't know what to expect, but I have absolutely fallen in love with this stuff on summer steelhead, and I fully expect the same with winter steelhead, all right? Steelhead are just a big trout. Presentation is super important. So how much do I put in? It's a gel type formula, okay? So we're gonna, a little over, about a teaspoon, just under, okay, in both. All right. Lid's back on, okay? Shake them up a little bit, and I have one more ingredient I'm gonna share with you to add. Get them nice and shook up, okay? And the last ingredient that I add, and I'm gonna add it to one of each, to each of them, okay? Here in Southwest Washington, Woodland area, there's a company named Anglers Unlimited. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Small town shop, but an absolute little deadly ingredient that they've had made, okay? It's a powdered sand shrimp, fine formula in a 2-ounce bottle, okay? And then they have a powdered squid, all right? This stuff works. I've actually had plenty of experience around it now in the last calendar year. I am very, very impressed. I've had a lot of good feedback. So when you look at this stuff, it is super, super ultra fine. You can see it rolling in there, okay? So I'm just putting in, about just short of a teaspoon, okay? All right. And the same here. I'll just use one in each formula, like so, okay? We're gonna shake them up again one last time. Okay, back in the fridge these go, all right? Roughly 24 hours, you've got bait that's fishable, okay? Pretty simple stuff. Shelf life, long time. Keep them cold, easily a month. I'd like to keep my baits fresh, okay? One of the things that I do believe is these bait oils, okay? Whether you're adding the Procure squid, crawfish, sand shrimp oils, any of those sort of things, Procure obviously offers some amazing products. I like to lather these baits up, and I think the more that you lather them up with the bait oils, the longer they preserve, if that makes sense, okay? As you can see deep inside, these are fully cured. There's a lot of bait oils in between those prawn chunks, okay? Kind of see them. And again, back to that scent sponge conversation. That is super, super, super important, right? Last thing, okay, how do we rig them? Pretty simple. I pre-tied a leader here with one of my favorite little cheaters, okay? Size 1/0 hooks, 8-pound, 10-pound test, depending on where you're at and what you're doing. Okay. Prawn chunk, Steelhead Candy, roll them over, pull your bait loop, okay? Once, twice around the backside, pull your bait loop tight. Oh, come on, sticky little fingers, okay? Just like so, all right? And when I drift fish that, okay, drift fishing is absolutely one of my favorite techniques. Love it more than float fishing, love it more than anything. I still to this day would challenge anybody out there. Feel free to send the challenge. I'll go drift fish. You bring your best favorite tactic and presentation. We'll see what happens at the end of the day with these steelhead, whether it's eggs, you know, the Steelhead Candy prawn chunks, the coon shrimp. Love to see some of these successes that you guys do and some of these tactics that you have and those that you have the belief in. And yeah, show me what it's all about. Jigs, okay? Guys tip jigs with them, just like so. Just a chunk of meat on there, okay? Send her through under your float. Okay, the Nightmare jig, real good color. Another one that I love, don't do a lot of float fishing, but another color that I do enjoy, cerise with some purple. Tip them, okay? Those of you that have been doing some chum fishing in the last 2 weeks here, last 3 weeks, have been absolutely murdering them, those chums on these Steelhead Candy. I've had a ton of feedback and I've been using them for 30 years on those chum. They absolutely love these things, whether they're drift fished or under a float. So there you have it. Steelhead bait that absolutely 100% destroys. So if you have questions, write them in the comment section, okay? If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Facebook page, Ultimate Egg Cure, Ultimate Shrimp Cure, both Facebook pages, Instagram, Ultimate Egg Cure, Ultimate Shrimp Cure, and TikTok, Ultimate Egg Cure and Ultimate Shrimp Cure. If you've made it this far along in the video, November 15th on the Ultimate Egg Cure page, I'm gonna launch another photo contest of fish caught with the Ultimate Egg Cure, okay? And we're gonna give away a gift pack, a Procure gift pack, Ultimate Egg Cure stuff, probably to the tune of about $150 first place. Second place, we'll do another small gift pack. And then third place, some egg cure. We'll have a mix of that, or shrimp cures and things like that all in. I don't know exactly how, but go to the Facebook page, check it out, jump on there, enter your favorite photos that you've caught fish with the shrimp cure or the egg cure, okay? Thanks for watching. Send success pics. Talk soon. Thanks.